Our first port of call is Bude, so we are staying at the Camping and Caravan Club site near Bude, and it has full facilities. The town of Bude is 9 miles from the site, in an area of outstanding natural beauty. Nearby is Port Isaac, the home of TV's Doc Martin. The town of Bude has a good selection of shops and restaurants. An annual jazz festival is held in August, and cliff tops that form one of the most spectacular sections of the southwest coastal path. Walkers will also enjoy the towpaths of the Bude Canal. The Bude Canal was built in 1823 when it ran for 35 miles on different levels. It was designed to carry beach sand used as fertilizer to Launceston, 20 miles away. Bude is Cornwall's most northerly town, and has been a popular seaside resort from Victorian times. In the 19th century, the town was notorious for wreckers who plundered shipwrecks off the coast, over 80 vessels in the 50 years up to 1874. A seawater swimming pool under Summerlees Downs offers safe swimming for those who prefer to avoid the Atlantic rollers. There is also an indoor leisure centre in Bude, in addition to various other sports and entertainment venues. From local walks to centuries of history, there is so much to discover about Bude. The town itself is just made for mooching. Loaded with quirky sun-kissed charm, you won't find the huge chains. Instead, a buzzing hive of independent boutiques, unique bars and eateries, epitomise Bude's strong sense of local identity. Stay a while, grab a coffee, and let the world go by. Or better still, tuck into a bowl of local mussels and watch the sunset over the dunes. Our next port of call is Ilfracombe, so we are staying at Damage Barton Caravan and Camping Site, previously known as the Camping and Caravan Club site. It is situated in the lower part of the field, near to the sea, and adjacent to the Caravan Club site. All the pictures overlook the sea, with magnificent panoramic views across to the Welsh coast. They offer a large, immaculately kept grass or hard-standing pitches and pride themselves on very high standards of cleanliness across all facilities and grounds. Stroll along the promenade to discover the delights of Ilfracombe's seafront. There is always plenty going on, especially during the summer months. There are gift shops, cafes, tea rooms, restaurants, pubs and takeaways. Everything you need for a proper British seaside holiday. The viewpoint from the top of Capstan Hill is well worth a walk to the top. On a clear day, you can see Lundy Island and the coast of South Wales. Children can play safely in the sea-filled pools and enjoy rock pooling. Malham is a small village in the Pennines, at the southern base of the Yorkshire Dales. It's a pretty place, surrounded by limestone dry stone walls, and with a stream running right through the middle of the village. Mentioned in the Domesday Book as Malham, Malham has been a settlement for at least 1,000 years. Traces of Iron Age boundaries are still visible today. 100 years ago, Malham was a place of mills and mines. Nowadays, hill farms and tourism are the main activities. Above the village, Malham Cove is a great limestone amphitheatre, formed through ice and water erosion during the last million years. A section of the Pennine Way leads from Malham village to the cove, ascending the western grassy side of the 250-foot high cliff. Malham Beck emerges from the foot of Malham Cove and flows through the centre of Malham. Crossed by clapper bridges and a former packhorse bridge, trees flourish in this sheltered village of characteristic Dale stone village houses, many dating back to the 18th century. So, despite its rather unsurprising appearance, Bleemore is actually quite an interesting place, and is certainly worth a visit. Certainly, if you arrive one day at Ribblehead and find the path to Whernside chock full of three-peakers, you could certainly do a lot worse than choosing to explore Bleemore instead. Why not enjoy the great outdoors and make the most of the stopovers at the station inn? Wild camping is welcome on land behind the station inn, where there is plenty of space to park. And don't forget, you can book a hearty breakfast to set you up for a full day in the hills. Motorhomes are also very welcome to stop over. The stone arches of this 400-metre long viaduct rise 32 metres above Batty Moor. Constructing the Settle to Carlisle Railway was a massive engineering feat. 35 miles of its 72-mile length lie within the Yorkshire Dales National Park. It opened in 1876 and was the last railway to be built in Britain using almost all manual labour. It took 6,000 men 7 years to build, and many thousands of navvies died during the construction, either from industrial injuries or smallpox. The Yorkshire Dales has many moods. It can be wild and windswept, or quaintly tranquil. It includes some of the finest limestone scenery in the UK, from crags and pavements to an underground labyrinth of caves. Each valley or dale has its own distinct character, set against expansive heather moorland tops. Stone-built villages sit amongst traditional farming landscapes of field barns, dry stone walls and flower-rich meadows, and show how the area has been shaped over thousands of years by the people who have lived and worked here. Spectacular waterfalls and ancient broadland woodland contrast with the scattered remains of former mine workings and other rural industries, which remind us of the area's rich industrial heritage. Together, nature and people have created a special landscape of immense beauty and character. The village of Ingleton is surrounded by magnificent countryside with caves, waterfalls and mountains. Situated on the edge of the Yorkshire Dales National Park, Ingleton is an ideal holiday destination for outdoor activities or just relaxing in tranquil countryside. It is also an excellent touring centre with the Lake District, North West Coast and Forest of Bowland only a day trip away. There are many attractions to suit all ages, both in and around Ingleton. The Waterfalls Trail, Ingleton Pottery, White Scar Cave and many, many more. The Ingleton Waterfalls Trail. Total length of the trail is 4 miles, so you should allow between 2 and 4 hours to complete it. The trail follows a well-defined footpath over moderately inclined ground and steps are provided wherever there is a climb. Unfortunately, the footpath is unsuitable for wheelchairs and pushchairs.